Hello, hello. Fab Friday, and I'm Deb Floros. This is my new Friday show. This is our second week, and I'm so excited to be here on Fridays. So I may not know what day it is because usually I'm here Monday morning, so I'm still getting used to being here on Friday afternoon, but I hope that you all have had a fabulous week and that you are glad that it's Friday afternoon. Maybe it's time to go and hang out with some friends. Maybe you've got some big weekend plans. Maybe you're going to sit down and create this weekend. Maybe. Hello, Thaisa. Thank you so much. This is my actual hair. Like, this is how my hair looks. I have to curl it to make it curly. So I'm giving it a break today because it's been abused lately. Thank you so much, Thaisa. And Tanya is here. Michelle, hello. Jan T is here. Happy Friday, you guys. So it is Friday, November 7th, which I'm sorry, but I can't help but say it. I can't believe it's Friday, November 7th. The holidays are barreling towards us. We're getting ready for it, and I'm so excited about the holidays this year. I just am. Let's see who else is here. Jan T, Cindy, hello. Monique Daly says happy Friday, everyone. Francie and KC is here. Ellen from New Jersey, beautiful hair and outfit colors. Thank you, Ellen. That's very sweet. Thank you, Mary Jane. Oh, thanks, Carolyn. I don't wear red very often, but I wanted to be extra today because we're doing glam holiday jewelry today. So, yeah, Francie, we're going to bring it on. Thank you, Christy. You know what? This is so fun. It's so fun to be out and hanging out with you guys. I mean, the serious art beaters are the best crowd. I mean, they're the best. So I have a blast and I'm so excited to be here with all of you this afternoon. Hi, BJ. So we have a lot today, you guys, like a lot. Hi, Santa Barbara girl. Hi, Gail. Hi, PJ. So we have a lot today. So I'm going to try and lickety-split get to business, but let's take care of some housekeeping first. So it is November 7th. It's Friday, and we are in one of the final days of the up to 50% off fire polish sale. Now, fire polish beads are some of the most popular beads on the planet. So that is a great smoking deal. It's a great time to stock up because I'm sure all of you are going to be using some fire polish in your designs through the end of the year for gifting or for the craft fairs or last minute designs that you might be putting together for yourself. So yeah, so we've got that sale. It's through the end of the day on Monday. And there is a deal of the week. Now, some of you may have seen these before. This is the Bead Llama Mystery Mix. This is 1 pound of bead deliciousness. It is a treasure hunt in a bag. And this is 50% off. So it is the Bead Llama Ultimate Mystery Bead Mix, and it is 1 pound, and 50% off is going to get you a whole afternoon of sorting and playing around with this amazing thing. Now, I'm not going to dump this out today. If you've gotten these before, you're going to get a whole myriad of things. Like there is a tube of seed beads in here. There's some strands in here. And there's a bunch of loose check glass. And I mean, it's mostly check glass. And there's a bag of check crystals in this one. So there's a graphic on the screen. If you want to click on that and take a look at the description to get more detail, check it out. Those of you who have gotten these before probably can tell your friends about how much fun these are. Yeah, Oma, each bag is a little bit different, but there are some similar contents in most of the bags. So the Product description will give you the details. And tomorrow morning, Julie Bean is going to be going live, and she's going to design with one of these. So she's going to dump one out, and that is always so fun. I'm fighting the urge to do it because we got other stuff to do today, but I'm fighting the urge. This is such a fun thing to play with. 50% off. So it's $60 worth of beads. So that's something I wanted to make sure you knew about. So we've got up to 50% off on fire polish, a deal of the week, the ultimate mystery bead mix 1 pound bag. And don't forget, over $49 gets you free shipping. So we all love free shipping, right? So free shipping, free shipping is always good. So how to watch this show, how to best watch this show. If you're watching at artbeads.com/live, that's the best place to watch the show live. And if you want to shop the show, you can also, it's also good to watch this on replay at artbeads.com/live, because you can access the shopping bag icon. You can click it anytime during the show, so you don't have to leave the show. You can shop while you watch. I just get smaller on the screen, and you can drop the things that you want into your shopping cart. And you can, check out and get those things on their way to you. So I've got a ton of fun things in the show today. So we're going to do that in just a couple of minutes, because I have the honor of giving out another gift card this week. So if you recall, in the month of October, we did Beadtober, and we gave you guys prompts every day for, things that you should try and make, themes and ideas, and you guys delivered. So you went out to that Serious Art Beaters Facebook group and you posted like crazy. So the design team's been going and picking out some winners, and I picked one out on Monday, and I get a chance to pick out another one. So, what we're going to do is I'm going to pause the show for just a minute or so, or maybe not that long, just a few seconds, so you can see the winner that I'm picking for today. This person is known to this crowd here, and her design was from the October 15th prompt, which was leaves. So Thaisa and Michelle are going to help me out here. Hi, Marianne. And I'm going to pause the show. I'll be right back. We're going to show you that, that picture. She is Diane. She is so much fun, and she made a beautiful leaf bracelet. She probably used the whole leaf blend to make that bracelet. I worked with that bead blend too, and I loved playing with that one. So Diane, congratulations! So that's our last Beadtober winner, and a $50 gift card is going to come your way. So Thaisa has pinned the comment. So Diane, you just need to send an email to support@artbeads.com to get your gift card. Get some more leaf beads. All right, you guys. So I'm going to flip the camera down because thanks for the hearts. So, and actually I'm going to show you this a little bit closer up too. Here's that deal of the week, the 1 pound bag of beads. So if you want to see that again. Now, one more thing before we get to it is we have a brand new check glass bead strand assortment. And this one is called Mermaid's Secret. This is brand new today. I'm getting all the ring light on this one, and I haven't opened this one yet. So, hi Jane from Long Island. Thanks for being here. So I haven't opened this one, but I'm excited because look at this color combo. Megan, you are just killing it with these. Okay, let's start with this bag. These are amazing. I love a good table cut bead. Look at these. Wowzers, wowzers. These are very like opaline kind of beads. They are check glass. This is so gorgeous. So look at how just illuminated and ethereal these beads are. So you get these in a bag. So it's not technically a strand, but they were on a strand. And then we always love the flowers. So look at these guys. Hi, Kim Caldwell. Look at these. Oh my gosh, these are so beautiful. So the tag is on this one. These are 10 by 10 millimeter crystal AB flowers. So they've got the clear crystal and that AB finish, and they have so much incredible detail. So literally take these and these, make a monochromatic bracelet, and you are good to go. And I'm with you, Thaisa. I love these. What about leaves? We can't get enough of leaves, and these are green. And actually, I would call them like a teal green. And they have a little bit of a wash on them as well. So they kind of have a little bit of shimmer to them. So these are so beautiful, so gorgeous. They match up nicely to our flowers. And then these are the cutest. I mean, look at these little coin beads. These are so adorable. They are a little flat coin. I would say, I'm not sure the size of them, but I would say they're probably like maybe a 4 millimeter around, and they're flat on both sides, and they are just gorgeous. Tanya, I agree. And then we have these pressed flowers that are like little daisy spacers, but glass. And this is a gorgeous teal color. So this is so perfectly named, Mermaid's Secret. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strands of check glass beads. This is exclusive to Artbeads. This is limited edition. So these were in the warehouse, tucked away. Megan and her team put them all together, curated them specifically for us. So this one is brand new to the website. So I'm hoping that you guys will go and check this one out. It is absolutely lovely. And if you guys are collectors of these bead strand assortments, don't miss this one because this is gorgeous. And I think these bead strand assortments are great for building your cachet of beads, your stash of beads, your hoard of beads. So these are certainly lovely colors, and you can use them together, which is wonderful, or you can use them separately and go put them with other things that you have in your bead room. So that's our brand new check glass bead strand assortment for today. And I'll probably put a thing or two together with those, share it with you next week. And okay, so oh gosh, I just hit my table. Sorry about that. Last week I showed you this one, and this one was called Tribal Hearts. And I did a few things with this one. So let me just refresh your memory on this one. This is a cool one. So this has some of those pressed glass flowers in red, a very nice shade of red. And I pulled out these little red beauties, and I used these in a bracelet. And I wanted to go with the holiday theme here. So I took these beautiful little pressed glass flowers, and I added some of my favorite spacers. If you've been watching, you've seen me use the demi rounds, the 11-0 demi rounds. I used those in between the red beads, and then I grabbed some rhinestone square dells. So these are little square shaped metal beads with rhinestones in them. And I just thought a very subtle, glamorous bracelet with the red and then just a little pop of green. And look how many beads I have left. So I used all these beads for like a 6.5-inch bracelet, and I still have a ton more. So I love that this mix or this assortment has some cool reds in it. So then there were also these table cut teardrops. They're kind of an abstract teardrop, and they're black, shiny, with a matte edging. I fell in love with these. I absolutely had to use them. So I took these, and I'll put them back in the bag. I took them and I added 2 of the table cut hearts that were included. I'm calling this, I make bracelets like this design. I call them my 2 hearts bead as one bracelet. And I put those hearts kind of back to back. And then I used the black beads as the, kind of the main bead, but these 2 hearts as the focal. And I also used my, some seed beads, some regular seed beads in between. And then right at the ends, I had a design challenge in that if I would have added 2 more of these teardrops, the bracelet would have been too big, but it would have been too short without a little something extra. So I took these little black beads from this strand. So this mixed strand of beads, super cool. This, I think we decided that this looked like that corn that you put out at the holiday time, the dried corn. I love this and how it looks. And I decided just to grab a couple of those little black beads and put them at the end of the bracelet. Hi, Denise. You're not late. We're just getting going. So I used almost everything. I did not use the small hearts, but I am a heart girl. So I will probably pull these out at some point and do something with these hearts because they are so precious. They're not tiny, but they're not large. So they're kind of a perfect heart size. So those were my 2 designs here for this mix, for this bead strand assortment. And for this bracelet, the square dells, I also wanted to show you that those little square dells also come in red. So if you just wanted to go more monochromatic, or if you have some green beads and you want to add red, these red square dells. So the green ones and the red ones are just perfect for that little touch of sparkle, little touch of fun. And then just for fun, I also grabbed one of these to show you because maybe you want to use a rondelle, a rhinestone rondelle. This is in a black plated, and it's got green rhinestones. So it's a darker one, and that might look really interesting with your piece as well. This is a very peridot green, but this is a darker green. So if you wanted to put in a darker pop of green, oh, thank you so much, Denise. I am in like a bracelet making kick lately. So, I've been having some fun with these bead strand assortments and bracelets. So I've got those from last week, promised to make something with those, and staying with our theme of glam jewelry. This is maybe a little more whimsical, but this one is definitely glam. So let's set that aside. And if you don't follow me, if you guys don't watch me on Mondays, maybe you're just starting to watch this show and you're meeting me for the first time. One of the things that I like to do is I like to make some things ahead of time, and then we also have an opportunity to make things together. So I do make a few things to share with you sometimes and give you some ideas. So if you want easy glam, easy glam is this earring pair right here. So this is a pair of gorgeous, glamorous earrings for just any kind of glamorous event. So if you want glam for the holidays, maybe this is a good Thanksgiving earring, but this could also be holiday party with your hubby. This could be a Christmas day. These are absolutely spectacular. These drops are tiara cast, gold plated pewter. They're 12 millimeter and they are a beaded round charm. So they've got this beading design around the edge, and look at that sparkle. So you really can't get much more glamorous than this. I don't know how you could, because these are just amazing. Yes, Denise, these are fantastic. So I just put these on some really cool ear wires. So these are gold filled and they are a V-shaped ear wire. So I figured if you've got something super glamorous, maybe you want something glamorous for an ear wire as well. So that's what we've got for an earring design. Easy peasy. Grab a pair of these ear wires, grab a couple of these tiara cast charms, which are a classic, by the way. And then you've got this incredible glamorous earring. So that's an idea for you. And I'm going to actually set those a little further up here, so in case we want to revisit those. Now, I don't always like working with star beads. I sometimes find them a little bit challenging to work with. But this time of year, I think we do often think about stars. So these are check glass topaz AB tiny stars. And I fell in love with these. These are just so sweet and so precious. And I think these come across a little bit more whimsical, but I glammed them up a little bit. I glammed them up by, let's put them in this tray. I glammed these up by grabbing a check fire polish bundle. So these bundles, I don't know if you guys remember these, but these are still available, and it's a great time to pick up these bundles. So I had to put the remainder of this strand in a bag, but this one is called Rustic Vineyard, and it had the topaz colored fire polish. And then there's these 3 other amazing strands, which, by the way, if you just put each one of these on some beading wire and put a clasp on it, you have the coolest, beautiful bracelet. But I grabbed the topaz and I mixed it with the star beads. And this to me looks very glam, very elegant. And those topaz shaded fire polish are magic. Look at the beautiful shine on those. And then those stars have AB finish on one side. So you're getting all kinds of cool texture. And when the light hits this, it's going to be fabulous. And I did 3 little dangles right next to this star toggle. So I kind of went a little crazy with the stars when I said to myself, I'm not crazy about stars, but I think I actually might be crazy about stars. So this is a 10 millimeter star wire toggle clasp set. It's gold filled and it's so lovely. It has a nice long toggle bar, so it's got some nice protection there to keep this bracelet on you. So I love this. This is great stacked with other things. You could stack it with your red and green bracelet. Or you can go and make 3 more bracelets with this bundle, and this bundle all looks really great together. And Michelle, you got me. I am starstruck. So I think you guys need some little baby stars, because those are super fun. And remember that fire polish is up to 50% off. So now is a great time to load up on the fire polish. And these are actually, I should mention, these are 4mm fire polish because we still have a few of the 6mm fire polish bundles as well. Okay, so maybe you're not a Christmas person. Maybe you just like winter. Maybe you celebrate Hanukkah and you like the blues and the whites. This bracelet, I think, is super, super cool. It's glam, but a little more whimsical glam. And for this piece, I did use some fire polish. So I've got some fire polish in there, and I've also got some of our favorite cushion rounds. So you guys remember how we went nuts over these cushion rounds. Look at this blue and white together. This is such a stunning combination. The blue are so gorgeous. I don't even have the name of those. The graphic is up top of your screen if you want to get the name, but these are in the bag. And this is just such a fun combo. The white ones are suede gold crystal. So they've got a hint of gold, but to me, this just all needed it needed some silver. So the fire polish that I used was this, and I love this. This is a great staple item. I would grab a couple of these strands. This is crystal and silver, and these are 4mm, and they're like a half polish. Like there's like a clear and then a silver. And so it makes this interesting look, like interesting extra sparkle, almost like it's actually sparkling. And it's just a lovely, lovely fire polish bead. So this is a great one to have in your stash. If you don't have this one already, I would get a couple of those, and they just look super cool with those cushion rounds. And then look at these charms. So I grabbed a few of those, and these are just lovely. So this is 10 by 12mm antique silver plated star charm, and it's got a hole like that. So you can string it right on. You don't need a jump ring or anything. And I just spread those little charms all around the bracelet and added just a simple toggle clasp. And I believe this toggle clasp is in the shopping bag as well. So, yeah, I love the cushion rounds too. They glow, and these two different ones glow differently. Like this is more metallic-y and this is more lustery. So there's still so many of these cushion rounds available in the different colors, you guys. So if you love those, there's lots of them, lots of options for them. So I don't know if anybody noticed my earrings. So I wanted to show you these. So let me make sure I've got my product info handy. So my earrings might have been getting caught up in my hair, but look at this earring. So I love the beads on this earring, and I also love this finding. Carol, yes, you did. Yay. Let's see. Oh, Oma, what are you saying there? Would a magnet clasp work? Yes. Pretty much any clasp would work, Oma. I would make sure you get a large enough one. So probably one in the 7 to 9mm range. And I think we have some of those. Maybe Michelle and Thaisa can put a few options in the shopping bag for you. And those beads are fairly heavy. That's why I suggest a larger one for you. So these are cool, and this component is cool. So this is a brass filigree cross wrap pendant. So look at the detail on this piece. Now, I have seen people take this piece and bend the pieces around a bead or a cabochon. You can bend this. You want to be very careful of how you bend it. I did play around a little bit with it. So you would need to try and use your tools, use some coated tools or nylon tools to actually do the wrapping. But I thought they looked really cool as kind of a cross. And I used beads from this bead mix. So this one has the wrong sticker on it, but this is one of the check glass bead strand assortments. And this one has all of the Christmas beads. And I have to say, when I opened this one, I had to catch my breath because it was so much fun. There are some really neat beads in this assortment, if I can get them all out. This is a 10 strand assortment, and I grabbed the cathedral beads out of here, and these are special. So these are special because they're not a solid color. So they have that cathedral marking on either end, or that, that kind of signature edging on the top and the bottom, but they are like a Givra. They're like a Givra glass, where they're some of the glass is like a clear and then there's a color in there. So these are like a clear and red, and they all look a little bit different. They're not all exactly the same, but they are so gorgeous and elegant. So I loved these. I fell in love with these, and I thought they matched up perfectly to these beautiful pendant pieces. So this is a pretty dramatic earring, fairly long, but you could just do one bead at the bottom here. And I did I did a pair of earrings, and I still have a bunch of these for a bracelet, if I want to do a bracelet. So let me put those back in the bag. And this, I would say, is an excellent example of beads for glam holiday jewelry, which is what I wanted the theme to be today. So there are these amazing, like, little light bulb kind of beads, which are super fun, interesting, and you can do like a Christmas lights necklace. And there's this color green too. So you get a bunch of those. And then there's another cathedral kind of bead in here. And this is kind of a darker topaz with more of a solid finish on both ends. And it's just a solid glass bead, but it is transparent and really gorgeous. So if you love that cathedral bead vibe, those are amazing. There's also the top drill beads that we love. So we were going crazy, all of us, over these for a while. So there's one strand of these in a really beautiful kind of topaz-y shade. And then these two are my favorite. This table cut teardrop, the large ones, have kind of a light Picasso finish, and they're like a clear glass. They're divine. I'm going to use these today because these are like, if I had to just pick one strand of beads out of this, even though I love those red ones, this one, look at this, look at these beads. They're chonky. So I'm not sure. I think these are probably like a 12 millimeter or so, maybe 10 millimeter. And look at the finish on these. I mean, these sparkle like nobody's business. I'm gonna use my sizer here and see if I can tell you what the size is. Yeah, so these are 12 millimeter, you guys. These are chunky. So they are beautiful, and I'm going to so let me move these guys out of the way. I'm going to combine these with some other glamorous beads that are going to look great for the holidays. Sorry for all the sound. Let me get my mat out here. So we're going to use those, and then check these out. Talk about amazing beads with amazing finish on them. These are called cruller beads. And I had not seen these in a while, but there are green and red that are perfection for the holidays. So these are amazing. Laura, what is Laura saying here? Wasn't the Bead Llama on the options to buy on the show? I thought I saw when I first logged in. If you're talking about the Bead Llama mystery bag, it should be in the shopping bag. So maybe Monique or Michelle can help you find that, track that down. So this one is a little bit more transparent. This one is a little bit opaque. And we're going to mix these together and we're going to add these. We're going to make a very elegant holiday glam necklace. Simple, but very, very elegant. And I'm going to use some, I'm getting low on these. This is a Toho Demi Round 11.0 Permafinish Galvanized Starlight, I think it is. And these, again, are like my favorite spacers now. They're like a little tiny donut, half of the size of a normal 11.0 seed beads. You can see it's a little flatter, a little shorter than a normal sized seed bead. So we're going to use that as our spacer. So this is a very, very simple design, but a lot of glam, a lot of elegance, and a lot of sparkly, beautiful beads. So let me open up that strand. And then I've got some 19 strand beading wire by Bead Llama. I'm going to use the gold today, because I do like the idea of gold here in combination of these things. Now, the red actually technically has a little bit of a silver wash on it, the red cruller bead, but I think it all works together so beautifully that I'm not going to get caught up on that. So I am going to start kind of from the center of this piece. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to alternate the red and green, and I'm going to need to move up a little bit so you guys can see what I'm doing here. Let me move the beads around. And just a reminder that if you guys want to shop the items in the show, that shopping bag on the screen at artbeads.com/live will allow you to see everything that's in the show. So you can pop over there. You don't have to leave the show to do that. I get smaller on the screen, and you can always just click back on the small screen and restart the show and get your package on its way in that beautiful purple wrapping. So look at these two together. This is holiday in a collection of beads. These are fantastic beads. I am madly in love with them. And the combination of this green and blue is just making me so, so very happy. So I'm going to just put two of these little demi rounds in between each bead. And that is just so simple. But the thing is that you don't have to really do anything complicated to be glamorous. And sometimes I think the more glamorous jewelry is somewhat simpler. I think that's just kind of how it seems to work out. You know, simple strand of pearls, simple strand of diamonds, you know. And oh my gosh, Michelle, holiday decor. Now, if these beads were bigger, these would be the perfect like garland for the house or for the tree. These are fantastic. And these are 10 by 10 millimeter, if I didn't say that already. So they're a nice size bead. Look at that combo. So you could do a bracelet here and that would be fantastic. Hi, Karen. You can always go back and watch the beginning of the show on replay. So you can always come back to artbeads.com. You can watch all of our shows on demand. So if you want to go back and watch some old shows back to the beginning, you can go and check them out and just binge watch them. So I'm going to do the whole set of the red and the green. And then I'm going to start working up the sides of this piece. And I am going to add those other cool beads from that bead strand assortment, the Christmas bead strand assortment, because it is so beautiful. I love that strand of beads. I could just take a bath in those beads. Oh, I love, love, love that. Okay, so getting closer on getting all of these on. Look at that, you guys. Just a spectacular holiday look, holiday vibe. I'm digging it. And I think, if you are already getting going on your holiday jewelry making, you're probably going to be in good shape. I think you probably, if you haven't started yet, it's okay. You're still okay, but we're getting dangerously close to Thanksgiving. And if you've got some craft fairs coming up, think of the designs you could make with these beautiful beads. And right now, fire polish being up to 50% off, you can add a bunch of fire polish beads to your shopping list, get those in your cart, and you can start working with those. There's lots of lovely reds and greens, blues, whites, kind of crystal-y beads. And also the beautiful like topaz shades, so that you get that kind of candle-ish or light kind of look. Okay, look at this. Oh my goodness. So that is going to be our focal section. So this is just going to be hanging down. If you've got a lovely, crisp white shirt, this can hang down and just bring all of that holiday color. How many beads per strand on the crawlers? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10 beads to a package. So that looks pretty nice. So I'm gonna pull my wire, and I'm probably gonna cut more than I need. But I'm gonna cut from the package now. And I'm going to take one end and I'm just going to put a bead stopper on. And then I'm just going to add my I'm going to move these because I keep crossing my arm way over here in front of the camera. That's annoying. So I'm going to just take 2 of our little spacers, and then I'm going to add this cool big chunky bead up top. Now sometimes size of your beads, sometimes proportion is scary. Sometimes people get nervous about, oh, is this bead too big or is this bead too small? And sometimes it matters. But I'm doing this with intention here. I like the larger beads on this piece. I've got all this continuity with the same shape and size down here. And then I'm going to start making the top portion of the necklace larger. And I love that look. So these are just, they're a little bit bigger, not a lot bigger, but the continuity of the fun, this fun color, bringing some sparkle into it. I think it's just going to make this a really interesting piece and very glam because, look at this bead. This is an incredibly glamorous bead. Oh, and Michelle is saying there are more crullers. I did not mention that, but there are more crullers, and the crullers, I would say, I would just scoop them up because they are fantastic. They are super, super fun to work with. So I love red and green with metallic. So if these were a big silver bead or a copper bead or a big gold bead, I love the idea of this being like a block of almost a metallic look. And yeah, and then, you know, you've got this color at the bottom. So I'm gonna take this piece, and I'm not sure how many beads I actually am going to add yet. So I'm gonna move my bead stopper over. You know, I don't know what the color is, Gail, because it's part of an assortment, but maybe Michelle or Thaisa can research that if that information is available, because it's all part of the bead strand assortment, and I don't have like the listing of all the different beads. And this particular one, sometimes you'll get a strand with a tag. This one didn't have a tag, but they kind of look bronzy to me. They have like a bronzy luster finish to them. They're super cool. So I'm gonna get this matched up to the other side, and then I'm gonna do a fit check because I wanna see if this is a good length. I want this to kind of be a little on the shorter side. I'm kind of digging shorter necklaces these days. I like the shorter necklace. I think when I start getting past the short, I get worried because where is it going to sit? Like sometimes, you probably know what I mean. Sometimes when you're trying to figure out where it's going to sit, it just doesn't sit in the right place, if you know what I mean. It just kind of sits in a weird spot. So I like to try and do a shorter necklace, and then I don't have to worry about it. So I think this is super fun, super cool. I've got one more bead, and then I can do a fit check here. So yeah, so I'm just matching up, making sure I got the same amount of beads. So I'm just going to hold this up to my neck for a second. And you can stare at nothing on my mat there. Ooh, I kind of like this length. I like this length. Okay, so I like this look, and I've still got some of these left. So, you know, I could do just a simple drop earring to go with this. But I just think this is really interesting, really glamorous. All of that kind of metallic sparkle, and then that really cool green and red of the crullers. Super fun. So I am going to do the simplest of closures. And let me just use one of these bags, cruller bags, for these large beads. Deb, how did you decide to use the 2 seed bead spacers? So Kat, I used to only do trios. I have to say, I was stuck in a trio rut for many years, and I like to have some dimension, some spacing, and I just really like the look of 2. There's something about that little stack of those little dummy rounds that just looks magical. So sometimes I use 3. Like in this bracelet, I used 3. And sometimes it's about like, do I need to stretch the beads a little bit? Do I want more spacing between the beads? It just is kind of let me see how it looks. Sometimes I'll do 2 and I'll pull it off and I'll add 3. Sometimes just 1, but I almost always have a tendency to use more than 1. And for this particular design, when I was kind of playing around with this idea, I thought the 2 just really spaced those beads out perfectly. And here, I think someone's asking, what did I use? I'm using Toho demi rounds. These are a size 11 demi round. Here's the color. perma-finished galvanized starlight. So let me find a regular size seed bead. I do have some here, but they're not gold. I'll show you a size 11, and I'll show you a demi round next to it so you can see what they look like. Let me grab a head pin. Got a little head pin here somewhere. There we go. So you can see the difference there. And the demi rounds are just kind of magical. Now they're like a half size of an 11-0. So there's an 11-0, a Toho 11-0. And then about half the size is this demi round. But there's something about making, so this would be the same size, two of these, but there's just something magical about the look of two versus the look of one. I don't know. So they're just really neat. So that's what I've been using a lot in my designs. If you've been watching my shows, you probably see me use these almost every week because I really love working with them. But there's always an 11-0 seed bead, and I also am a big 15-0 seed bead fan, which, do I have any 15-0s here? I could show you what that looks like too, because 15-0s they're tiny. Let's see, do I have one handy? I can show you one of those too, just so you could see the difference. And this is actually a really cool color for the holiday. So this is not, ooh, and I just spilled some of those guys. So these are not in the show, but this is a cool holiday bead. So look at that one. That is a 15-0. So there's a 15-0 on the right and an 11-0 on the left, and then a demi round 11-0 here. So, these all add different types of dimension, different types of spacing. And I just kind of go with, I try different options, and I go with whatever appeals to me and whatever really looks good to my eye. So that's a really long answer to that, but just to give you a little bit of a education on the spacers. And yes, I did just get seed beads all over my table here. I was working on another project this week that involved all seed beads and a bead spinner. And I have beads all over my studio. I mean, they are everywhere. I keep finding them, and it's going to take me weeks to clean them up. So for this guy, I don't have a fabulous clasp for this. So I think I may, after the show today, I'm going to try and find a really cool a little gold toggle for this, because I only have a lobster here in front of me, and I think this deserves a little bit more of a substantive clasp. So I'm going to finish this, and I'm going to show you guys this and the other items that I showed you today on in the Serious Art Beaters Facebook group, and you guys can see that, and I'll show up close all of the details. But I'm gonna put this around my neck when I flip the camera back. But I think instead of me finishing this, let's do this. Let's do something fun. It's Friday afternoon. This is the deal of the week. You guys want to open this up? What do you think? You want to open this ultimate mystery bead mix? Because once I cut this open, it's open. So we're going to do that. And I think I've got enough room for this on my bead mat. I'm not sure. Maybe not. It might spill all over. Let's open that up. Oh my goodness, you guys. So first of all, look at what you get seed bead wise. I think, are there any more tubes? Look at these tubes. So this is a beader's dream, because we just talked about spacers, right? We just talked about using seed beads for spacers. Look at all this color. Look at all these beautiful, Mary Jane, oh, Ben. There's a big tube of all kinds of colors and shapes and sizes. So if you just need a few seed beads for spacers for a bracelet or in a neck earring design, look at that big giant tube. And then these are some of the curated seed bead mixes. So I think these are actually like mixed intentionally in these colors. So this is a very lovely combination. Look at all those pretties. And then this one's a little bit darker. This one says like party to me, like party in the house. Like that is a really cool mix of seed beads. So we've got 3 vials of seed beads. And there's always some metal. Like, look at this guy. This is cool. So this is a little Bible bead. Oh my goodness, that is so cool. And it's a large hole bead. So you could put that on a stretch bracelet and hide your knot in that large hole bead. And that would be your accent bead. So you may get something different. And each one of these are going to be a little bit different. But oh my goodness, you guys. Remember when we launched these? So these are check crystals. So most of the time when you guys see crystals out in the wild, you're probably seeing Chinese crystals, which are fine. They're beautiful. They're gorgeous. But you don't see check crystals that often. Austrian crystals are also, so you've got Chinese crystals, Austrian crystals, kind of at the opposite ends of the spectrum of cost. Oh my, like Happy New Year. Yes. So these are little bicones and they are all in amazing colors. I've made a ton of things with these check crystals. So there's a whole baggie of these in my mix. I've also got, oh my goodness, another little metal bead. And this is a large hole bead. I'm just going to cut that guy open. We don't have all day for that. Look at this little piggy. OMG, I love this little piggy. Oh my goodness. Again, for a stretch bracelet, you can hide your knot and you've got this cute little piggy. This is like a total treasure. Oh my goodness, look, another vial of seed beads. Okay, I thought that was it, but oh my goodness, look at this one. This is a great neutral. There's some white and some silver. Oh my goodness. So I've got 4 vials of seed beads. And then look at this. Oh my goodness. Some strands. Oh, wow. So remember, you may not get this exact combination of things, you guys, but this is to give you an idea of what these mystery bags are going to have. Just strands of check glass beads that, I mean, let's face it, check glass beads are check glass beads. Look at that shape. And oh my goodness, hearts, hearts, hearts. So 3 strands of beads. I don't think there's another one in here, but there are some other large hole metal beads. There's a little teapot, some little metal scissors. And this one is just really like a cylinder kind of thing, more of like a traditional spacer. And then, oh my gosh, these Euro beads. Oh, wow. So I love these. Look at these Euro beads. These are really nice ones. All kinds of, lamp work with the, the Euro style with the metal down the center. You can still use these in your stringing designs. You don't have to only use these together or use them with a Euro one of those Euro bracelets. You can do all kinds of cool things with these beads. So look, you get a huge bag of these and they're all different colors. There's some larger ones, some smaller ones. Ooh, this one has rhinestones, you guys. Look at that. Oh, that's so cool. I love these. I really love those. Okay, and then there's this. Oh my goodness. So I'm going to just dump it, but I have to be very careful so it doesn't go everywhere. Oh my goodness, you guys. So this is so much fun. This is like a little treasure hunt. Let's move some of this out of the way and look at this. Wowzers. So this is nice check glass. So, for example, you've got a melon teardrop. That is cool. You've got some table cut rectangles. Those are fantastic. These are super cool, like a corrugated barrel type bead. Look at this guy. Oh, this is like a hematite and it has the hole across the top. So this would be a great focal bead. This is such a fun mix. This is, Laura, this, every one is going to be a little bit different. And for you folks that love to sort, you can just kind of come in here and sort all the different shapes. There's tiny beads. There's little disc beads. Look at that beautiful bright orange. Hey, look at this. There's like a hand bead, a check glass hand bead. That is amazing. I love this shape. Look at that. So much fun. So I know that there's some of you that love that sorting vibe. Look, this is a kitty head. Look at this. I've never seen a kitty head that is this color. On the seed beads you showed earlier, what color was that 15-0? What did I show you? Oh, I was going to tell you that. Here it is. This is gold lustered African sunset. These are absolutely spectacular. I highly recommend these. They're like a reddish color, like a mahogany red with like a gold on them. Super, super cool. Okay, we've got this guy with like the design on it. We've got a flower. Ooh, these like crystal with a red lining. Look at this one and this one. So you guys, and oh, there's two hands. So if you're lucky, you guys, and you get something unique like this, you'll get a pair to it and you can make an earring. I mean, this is like earring palooza right here. And there's just so much fun just like playing with it and going through it and looking at it. So you could get one for you and one for your beading bestie, and you guys can dump your stuff out and just spend the afternoon going through this stuff. And you could trade, like maybe you say, well, I'll trade you this bead for that bead. So this is half off right now, you guys. And I don't know, I'd probably get more than one because they're just so much fun. And you get some strands, you get some seed beads, some metal beads, you get those Euro beads and some crystal. You may not get these exact ones, but each one is going to be a treasure hunt that you're going to love. So, I'm so glad I decided to not show you how to finish a necklace one more time so we can look at that fun thing. I mean, look at these. I am dying over this. This is going to be so much fun to play with. I haven't played with one of these bags for a while, so I'm thinking I might do just like a fun memory wire bracelet with all the fun shapes and colors, and grab the cool seed beads and put them in between, maybe two in between, maybe three in between. But let me show you what this necklace is going to look like, you guys. I love this piece. I will show the finished version online. Let me see if I can give you like a look against skin so you could see that red and green. Oh, and I don't know, those metallic beads up top just make it extra glamorous, extra holiday. So you guys, while I am wrapping up the show here, don't forget to close out your carts because I don't want you to miss out on anything that is limited edition. I don't want you to miss out on the things that you love so you can get them on their way to you. And this is your cue to start making your holiday glamorous jewelry. Maybe you've got some holiday parties. Maybe you're doing lunch with your girlfriends. Maybe you've got Thanksgiving. You want to start wearing some holiday glam. there's just so many cool things. Michelle or Thaisa, Laura is asking for the 15 O's gold lustered African sunset. I don't know if I have the package to give you the number, but they are that guy right there, if you can see that. So you guys, this was fun. I hope that you had fun on this Friday, Artbeads Fab Friday. Tomorrow morning is Julie Bean. She's doing her Saturday morning show. She's going to dump out her bag and she's going to make stuff. So you will not want to miss that show tomorrow morning. Grab your cup of coffee and join Julie. And I'll be back Monday morning to hang out with you guys. I've got a fun project for you. So I hope that you'll join me. And gosh, there's always things going on here at artbeads.com. So we hope that you'll hang around with us and make sure you set your reminders for all the shows. And please don't forget to check out so you don't miss out on your goodies. Have a wonderful weekend, you guys. I will see you soon. Take it easy. Thanks for being here. Bye, everybody.